guys. So I am located in Rockwell, Texas, and I recently went through an inspection, and I wanted to show you some things that I was asked to change by the inspector. This is the state inspector, so he gave me a few tips and tricks and kind of just called out some things that I was doing incorrectly, so I thought I would share this with you guys. I do permanent makeup, and so the first thing he had mentioned was my tattooing license. So I have a studio license, and he let me know that these need to be displayed in a place where all of my clients can see. And so I had them near the door where it was easy to miss. So what I did was I changed the frame and I posted it over here. And so one thing to remember is you always have to have your tattooing license displayed where everyone can see. Another thing he mentioned, this is the intake form I use. It's 3 pages long, it's really lengthy. He mentioned that was a little too long for his liking, but to keep it the way I wanted. And he did say there needs to be a portion where they write their initials, and it has to say that they have that you've been able to talk through the aftercare and healing process, what to expect, and how to care for their brows, which is something I always do before, during, and then I send them home with instructions. Another thing he mentioned was my instructions are 3 pages long, and so it was all of the tips and tricks that I could think of to make sure that they retain as much pigment as possible. But he did say that there's a form on the state website that you could download the aftercare instructions, but it's very vague. So he said I didn't have to switch out my instructions, but if I wanted to save paper, I could use the one that they provide. So I just made sure that the instructions kind of mirrored each other. I just feel like I'd want to provide as much detail as possible and clarification in case my clients had any questions and didn't want to reach out or didn't have time. Another thing he said, so I use this cleanser, and I put it in this bottle, and this is what I use to cleanse my clients before we start the session. And he said that this needs to be labeled, and so if you're using this, remember to label it. And then I also have the hand washing station, of course, and I love this soap, and he said I had to switch it out. It has to be an antibacterial soap, and it has to say antibacterial on it. It needs to be displayed where he can see it quickly when he comes in. And he said everyone likes to get cute with their containers or whatever they use for their soap, and that is not up to regulation or whatever. And so make sure you have antibacterial. Also, with the disposable needles, what I do is I take them to a local pharmacy and they dispose of them, and he said that's fine. Some people usually have a log, or they have a service where they come pick up their disposable needles, and so as long as you have the little hazardous trash can or compartment, whatever it's called, everyone gets it off of Amazon, so that's where I got mine. And I just, when it fills up or when it's about to fill up, I take it to the local pharmacy and they dispose of the needles for me. Oh, another thing he mentioned was a trash can. So you have to have at least a 12-ounce, I can't remember, but a small trash can with a lid. So I bought one from Target. It was like $15, and it's like a little silver trash can, and so you step on the pedal and it picks it up. And he said that has to be by my hand washing station, and I keep pointing over there because it's over there. And so what I did was I slid it. I have a little seating area, and so I slid it under the chair just to make sure it's like within that area, because I do have another trash can in my room. And what I've done is I've placed that under the chair that I microblade on, so as I'm like getting rid of stuff, I could just toss it under there. And he said that's not up to regulation, and so you want to make sure that you have like a little trash can with a lid by your hand washing station so that they can just wash their hands, step on the pedal, and throw it in there. So it keeps it most as sanitary as possible. Also, gloves. I purchase gloves in bulk, and they're always the black, latex free or whatever, in case anyone's like allergic to that. He said they have to say examination grade gloves or something about examination on them. So I did see some on Amazon and some other websites. Just make sure you're not I'm just looking at the ones that I purchased, and they're salon care. I bought them from Sally's because of course I was running out, and last minute I had to run over there and buy them, and I bought 10 boxes, and so I had to throw those out and buy the examination gloves. And so I hope this helps. if you have any questions. I also have the links to the intake form and the aftercare forms that are on the state website. I asked him to email them to me, so if you guys want that, more than happy to share that with you. I hope this helps. Thanks.